Hello and welcome everybody. This is the full moon reading for the 5th moon cycle, Listening Woman. It falls on the 12th of May, and if you're in the Pacific time zone, its zenith is at 9:56 a.m. And so let's jump into the reading here, see what the energies have to say for us. Perhaps this will give some of us some clarity. Perhaps this message or these messages will give confirmation or validation, maybe some understanding. And I'm also going to check in with the Messenger Oracle and see if what kind of messages, advice, anything like that from Spirit or our guides might have for us as well. So I'm doing the Celtic cross once again. So just a quick note as well. I want to thank everybody who is popping on, subscribing, my new subscribers. Thank you so much for following along and for your likes, feedback, and for subscribing. It means the world to me. It lets me know that what I'm doing is valuable. And so it encourages me to keep going with this. And of course, if you're a returning follower or subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so our current energies, we have the Ace of Wands, and I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting that because I didn't even look at the cards as I was turning them over. So we have the Ace of Wands. And what I'm getting with this, what it feels to me is ideas are dropping in, inspirations, new beginnings for a lot of us. It feels, and I'm included in this because I've been getting this too, like it feels like these ideas, I'm just going to call them ideas because they're thoughts that we haven't had before that seem to be coming out of nowhere to do things differently, things that we're being called to do. I think for some of us, there are things that we've always had an interest in, but our priorities were different. So it's almost like there's a shift of our priorities. And I'm also getting that this is in relation to these ideas coming in and the shifting of priorities. We are clearing out habits and ways of being. And this can be thoughts or actually how we live our lives in whatever way that might be. It might be very specific, detail-y aspects of our life, or it could be in general on a grander scale that we're making changes. We're streamlining. Things aren't aligning with us anymore. A lot of things. So we're adjusting our lives accordingly. So a lot of fresh beginnings in a general sense there. So what is helping us or challenging us? We have the Six of Wands. What I feel like with this card is that this is, and I read intuitively, so yes, the cards have their meanings or a lot of different meanings, but I always go with the resonance or the what I feel usually. Sometimes it starts with what the meaning of the card is and then I go deeper. Sometimes the intuition for the card is like right there. So with this one, that is the case. And again, with the wands, right? And I feel like this is us. This is us becoming more authentic. This is us. And this message and awareness came in to me earlier today. I was changing the sheets on my bed. I'm recording this on Sunday, the 11th. It's laundry day. So So as I was changing the sheets, and this is usually when I get messages from spirit or understandings come in, is when I'm doing the most mundane tasks, and or visions come in of something. But yeah, I was changing the sheets, and I had this awareness come in about how we are, and this might be a digression to this, but it's not really. It might seem like it is, but it's actually kind of a side note to this card. But this is us coming into a more aligned state with our authenticity. So with the understanding that came in with the changing of my bed sheets was that as we change and grow and evolve, we have this sense, at least I do. So maybe your perception of it is different, but I always have the sense of going out and becoming someone different than I already am. But the truth is that as we change and evolve, we're actually stripping away the false parts of us, the parts of the roles and stories we have played over the years that they seem to have created these layers covering up our authentic self. So I compare that or liken that to when we're children, we are our most authentic selves because we haven't had all this conditioning and expectations and what life is supposed to, look like, um, the ideals and the pressures that we put on ourselves that we adopt from our environment as truth. So, and that changes us in a way, but now we're in this like global, at least I think it's global, but the circles that I know and the beautiful souls that I encounter for readings and in the circles that I travel and beyond, there is a undoing of all this. So we're coming back to this more authentic self. And so back to this card is that this is us, our soul, our higher self, whatever you want to call that aspect of our authenticity that is feeling this deep call or desire, um, passion, if you want to say passion, it is one's, which is that fiery energy, this drive to step up our game. Again, getting rid of clutter, distractions, anything that seeps our energy, that exhausts us, that just doesn't work for us because it is leaving us depleted in some way. It's throwing us off balance. So we're essentially making our lives better. And for each of us, it's going to look a little bit different, but that's what we're doing. So as these they work together because as we create the space in our energy by decluttering, we're allowing that room, we're creating space for these ideas to come in, for creativity to bubble up or drop in, however you perceive that. So it feeds into this being more authentic, and so the excitement and the enthusiasm, there's space for that to come back in. That can't wait to get up in the morning and live my life. The ideas, the excitement, enthusiasm, youthful, that youthful energy. Yeah, so we're doing this individually, but collectively. So collectively, it is this whole thing in the planet that's shifting, and with the planet itself, but we're all having our own individual experiences of it. Okay, so what kind of brought us to this state? Yeah, balance. This is what we're focusing on, balance. We're bringing balance into our life. So we have justice here. So major arcana card. It's an awareness. This is why we're making these changes and why these shifts are happening. It's partly conscious, it's partly unconscious, it's coming from another level of awareness. But it's a need to bring balance. It's recognizing that what isn't working, we can't sustain that. Now, again, this is globally and individually. We need to bring balance into our lives on a personal level, and balance to the planet, basically. But we do that, we recognize it, we can make changes more easily in our personal lives and go out from there. Now, not all of us work on that level. There's those of us who think more on a global level and make changes on that level. We all have a purpose, and there isn't one that's better than another. But this is why it's a collective thing, because every one of us we're each, as I stumble over my words, we're all important. We're all equally important. So whatever roles we play, and whatever way we are called to, and whatever changes we can make in what we believe we're capable of, like, it's all going to be different for each of us, and they're all equally valuable. This is part of what the moon cycle is all about, the listening woman. It's about the sacred perspective of every single being on the planet. So that is not only their perspective, but their experience and all of it. So it's all tied in. Wow. So the past influences and what's leaving is the end of a cycle. So we have literally the 10 of swords here, which the 10 is an ending. It's over, it's done. It is the recognition that we can't sustain our energy. Again, I'm going to be going back to that, this whole reading. I feel like I'm repeat on repeat, individually and collectively. We're recognizing, we know we can't sustain, we can't keep going the way we've been going. The structures, personal structures, collective structures, global structures, on all the different levels. I'm not going to get into it. Take it how it resonates for you, but they're not sustainable. And it's come to an end. The cycle is ending. We've shifted. We're continuing. We're playing catch up. We're shifting. And this is all really, really good. Now, I know there is a lot of fear and anxiety in the world right now. I'm an empath. I feel it. I feel the grief. I feel the fear and anger. Holy smokes. So if you are an empath and a sensitive, please remember to honor and use discernment as you are having these experiences of these emotions. Remembering, tuning in, checking in. Are these mine or not mine? Cleansing your energy, being grounded is so important right now. Being in your body so that you're not unconsciously allowing these other energies that are not yours to come in and affect your nervous system. This is all about the nervous system. Oh my gosh, I have had so much information downloading about our nervous systems lately. And this is based on my own experiences. So the understanding is coming in around that. My reel from, actually, I posted it earlier today, recorded it yesterday, about learning, the ability to learn in the nervous system. That came in during a meditation when I was at an event yesterday. And so I had to create it. I needed to put it out there because it felt really, really important. And now I'm understanding it's all related to this reading as well, but it's related to everything because everything's connected, right? So yeah, it's just, I love all this stuff. It fascinates me so much. It's my favorite conversation. I'm a Virgo. I'm usually very reserved and quiet, but you get me talking about this and I can rattle on and on and on. Oh my gosh. So our strengths, we have the Hanged Man. So the information I'm channeling on this card is that this is awareness. It's self-awareness. This is the knowing oneself, understanding oneself, and that brings enlightenment, because the hangman, one of the meanings for the card is enlightenment. This is what's happening. This is our strength. So we are coming to know and understand ourselves through our experiences. This is coming through being grounded, meditating, self-reflection, contemplation, holding space, and recognizing this, those aspects of ourself as they're being mirrored back to us through other people. So this is bringing, this is cultivating compassion, empathy, kindness, all these things, not only for ourselves, but for humankind, animals, the planet, all beings. But it's also a choice, right? So it's choosing to step out of the suffering and the pain and the limitations, choosing to, but even before the choices, it's about recognizing that we have a choice, that this is us creating our experiences. So first that awareness has to come in that we're not victims to any of it. And this again is done individually before it's done collectively. That makes sense. But this is where we're going. This is what's happening. This is our strength. We're becoming self-realized, powerful creators. We always were powerful creators, easy for me to say. Now it is the self-awareness around that and to create differently. All right, so the near future. I'm looking at these cards going, seriously? Yeah, it's just crazy how these have lined up. So we have another major arcana card. So this is the third major arcana card so far, because we had justice, we had the hangman, and now we have the star. So feeling into the energies of this card. What I'm hearing is utopia. We're building something new. This is where we're going. We're building more peace. But again, it's individually. It starts individually. And again, it's like that, throwing that pebble into the pond and the ripple effect. So, because being energetic beings, we can't not be affected by everything we are exposed to. So if we're around individuals, how can I say this? If we're around whatever, it works in a positive and a negative sense. And I know that's an illusion too. It's all just experience. But from the human perspective, how we judge and categorize, how we like to do that, positive versus negative, the polarities, right? So these are the experiences we're having. So any experience is going to affect us. And this includes what we expose ourselves to. So if we're around somebody that is negative or angry, and it can be a person, it can be music we listen to, it can be watching the news, which is all drama and stories. It can have it can have a negative impact on us. It can It can bring angst, it can bring tension in the body, it'll affect our thoughts about what the world is like, and it'll bring fear about the future. So now I am going off on a bit of a tangent, but there is this awareness of what we're exposing ourselves to. But the point that I'm trying to make is that in changing our world and having more peaceful experiences, it has to start with us. So if we can begin carrying that vibration within us, the ripple effect goes out by those who come into contact with us. So we affect change in them, whether they're aware of it or not. But if we can be the calm, centered, grounded stillness, those who come into our vibration will be affected by that, and their nervous system, see again with the nervous system, will also calm down and become regulated. And whoever comes into their energy field will have the same impact. So there's that, thrown or stone being thrown, the ripple effect. It has to start individually. What else am I feeling with this card? I'm also getting that it's time. I'm hearing that this is the time. This is where collectively the planet is in its evolution. So where our bodies are not separate from that of the planet because we're made of the same stuff as the planet. And the planet, and of course our consciousness, like the planet has a consciousness, everything has a consciousness. We're all consciousness, or the one consciousness, having these physical experiences individually. And there's more to it than that. I'm being really simplistic in my explanation because that's not what this channel is about right now, or this is about the reading. But anyways, I'm just feeling a bit more into the card here. It's a cycle, a bigger cycle. And there's a shift as well from a lack energy or belief system into one of abundance, which is a generosity of the heart. Heart expansion. And with that comes the capacity and the cultivating of the compassion, the empathy, kindness. And manifestation. So manifestation, conscious manifestation. So choosing, but in a higher sense. So not creating through default, through manipulation, control, but more from a space of non-limitation, not having expectations, but putting the intention out, because it's about co-creating with the universe and consciousness rather than the ego, through the ego. That's interesting. Okay. So advice from spirit is, or our guides, and I do have an oracle card here too, and my gosh, it's going to be a long reading. I'm just looking at the time. So advice is the Ace of Pentacles. So we have another ace here. This is the second ace. That this is an opportunity for us, but it's up to us what we do with this opportunity. Are we going to work with the energies? I hear a big yes. For most of us, there's going to be some of us that choose not to, and that's okay too. We each have free will, and the choice is ours, but the energies are encouraging and supporting these changes. Our environment Yeah, we have, again, I'm like, wow, with these cards and how they've come up, and even the messages. We have the Nine of Swords. This is the environment. This is one of the meanings is like it's fear. It's a nightmare that we can't escape. This is what is creating a lot of the change. It's making us question. There's got to be a better way. And yeah, there is. So this is not taking it lying down, not allowing ourselves to be spoon fed. It's about drawing lines in the sand. It's about boundaries and saying no or yes and holding our ground for something better. It's about questioning our own beliefs. It's also about our thoughts because the swords is the air. This is thoughts, beliefs, words, communication. So, how are we speaking to ourselves? How are we speaking to each other? Bringing awareness to, I especially like those subconscious thoughts, the thoughts that keep us small and feeling like we're not worthy or that we're stuck. I'm feeling a stuck energy with this. So a lot of us might be feeling kind of stuck or trapped. And I think it's realizing that's an illusion, that's a belief. It's not true. So stepping outside of that, we have an opportunity, and this is right underneath. We have an opportunity. Challenge these experiences, because these beliefs and thoughts create our reality, our experience of what life is in the current moment. So challenge them. If you're feeling stuck or trapped, are you really? Or is it just a belief based on signs? But there's other signs that you're not even looking at that would tell you something different, tell you a different story. Change your story. All right. So, hopes and fears. We're getting there. We have another major arcana card. We have, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The Hierophant. We have the Hierophant. Hopes and fears. This is, oh my gosh, stepping outside of old structures. It's change, fear of change. It's fear of things falling apart. It's fear of the unknown. So a lot of us, even though we want change, we're afraid of it because even though things might not be working, we know it. It's life. For some of us, we have 50 years or more. Hello, of being in this life and these structures. So yeah, I think it's absolutely natural to be fearful, but recognize what fear is. It comes from beliefs. It comes from a part of us that wants to keep us safe, comfortable, but it can also be a trap because it can stop us from growing, from excitement. It can dull the senses if we are not making change, if we let fear rule over us. It's a powerful experience. Challenge it. It's another one we can challenge. So structures falling away. I think that's a pretty big one. Potential outcome. We have the 10, which is the end of a cycle of wands. So So what I'm getting with this card is that a lot of the hard work, the doing, busy, which is also distractions, is coming to an end. It's going to be shifting for a lot of us. As we make these changes in our lives, we're as we improve them, we're making it simpler. We're putting down the burdens. And this can be burdens that have been important to us. This can be jobs. This can be roles that we're playing. And we're just saying, enough. I can't keep up this pace. It's depleting my life force. It's making me sick. It's going to be different for each one of us again. But know that this is the end of a cycle. We're coming to a completion. This is a really, really powerful moon cycle we're in. Like, wow. Holy smokes. What a beautiful reading. So where are we at now? 31 minutes. Okay, so 3 more cards here. I just want to pull one moon card. And then we'll do one sacred destiny card, and then one messenger oracle, just to see if there's any advice or final words from our guides. So the moon card, make time for self-love. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All these acts and changes are for self-care, self-love, putting ourselves first, filling up our cup, all those, old sayings that in the spiritual circles we like to say, but it's true. Last quarter moon in Libra. Balance. Libra is about balance. Again, it's an air sign. We're talking about air. Challenging these beliefs that keep us small, trapped, whatever your experience is in that, challenge them. Choose different. Make time for self-love. Man, oh man, I'm loving this reading. Okay, so the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's get one card from there, please. What other information do we need to know at this time? Thank you. Wisdom. Ooh, so here's the wisdom. Deep diving into contemplation. I love the depths of the ocean. So it's about, to me, this is about getting out of the head, the thoughts, the fear, the limitation, the lack, all that, those experiences. This is what we're shifting out of. Moving into the body, getting grounded, regulating the nervous system, contemplation, meditation, whatever works for you to bring you into that state of stillness so that we can connect with our inner resources, our intuition, our guidance, the wisdom, trust, and surrender that what feels right is right, that it is the correct choice, the correct action, knowing that we might not see the whole picture. But my experience is that spirit doesn't work that way. Rarely does it give us a whole picture. It wants us to trust more. Will have revealed for us the next step. And then we have to trust that the next step will come when the time is right. And sometimes there's gaps. Presence. I'm also hearing being present, because that's where the truth is. It's in the connection of presence, the stillness. Okay. Which is also about this moon cycle, listening woman. Okay, final card. So this is, please give me one more card for advice or a final message, spirit guides for the collective. Thank you. Oh, this is top one. Heed your dreams. Love how the head, the person, is in the root of the tree. So there's that groundedness, stillness, wisdom as well. These trees are ancient beings. They're teachers for us. Again, if we can hear, now a little bit of a side note here, but yes, we can hear the trees communicate. Some of us can, some of us can't. I've had many amazing connections with trees. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. And they do communicate. And yeah, they're teachers. Yeah, beautiful beings. But heed your dreams. I felt this card, the energy of this card, the star, come up right away. This is creating something new. And also the very first card of the current energies, the Ace of Wands. Ideas coming in, changes, excitement, the dreams being called, leveling up. So this is Spirit's advice. Listen to where you're being called to do. Trust it. This is for you and it's for us. All right. So, wow. What a great reading. Yeah, so that's it. So I will be back again in 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, with the next new moon cycle. This will be the 6th moon cycle. And so again, thank you for being here. And yeah, please give me your likes, share, subscribe if you haven't. But more than anything, just thank you for being here. And if you have anything you wish to share, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear about what's happening in your life. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you again in 2 weeks for this. And otherwise, I'll keep posting the reels. And yes, I will also leave the link to my website below. I do have my new moon gatherings on Zoom. If you're interested in that, all the information you can find again through my website. So that's it for now. Please take care. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.